Today is our son's 3rd birthday. We did most of the decorating last night, but we did make a point to wake up as early as possible so we could finish decorating for the party and set up his birthday gifts. Kieran has been very interested in Old MacDonald and really anything to do with animals and tractors, so we got him this wooden farm toy set to encourage his budding imaginative play. And here is the best part of birthdays, seeing their excitement. Whenever it comes to gifts or activities for my children, I always try to tap into their current interests. I find this to be incredibly helpful in fostering a love of learning. Of course, it's not all cows and tractors around here. His other current favorites are cars and the solar system. Now it's time to make frosting and decorate the cake. I had wanted Kieran to help me with this, but understandably, he was fixated on his new toys, and little Miss Thora was really fascinated by what I was doing, so I had her give me a hand. I mean, she does have more of a sweet tooth, so I am betting she'll be my little baking partner for years to come. For this cake, I am going for more of a green pasture feel, so it can be applied a bit more sloppily, which is a nice break from all the meticulous smoothing that I usually do. All right, my official taste testers have all approved, so now it's time to sing happy birthday and go on a picnic at the duck pond. It is the next day, and we are on our way to the San Bernardino County Museum. My favorite exhibit by far was the geodes. So cool. As I aforementioned, Kieran loves animals, so I wanted him to see just how big some of his favorites really are. And as expected, he really enjoyed the car exhibit. Once we got home, Kieran helped me cut out his shirts for me to sew. And then we finished his 3rd birthday weekend stargazing before bed. I really didn't want this weekend to end. Good morning. Let me just sip from my farm cup. I cannot emphasize enough how depressing a 2-day weekend is. I really do feel like our society needs to catch up with some other countries and implement a 3-day weekend. Something that I love doing with my kids is playing with them. I love to play with my kids. I love to do stuff with my kids, and I just feel like on the weekend there's not enough time. And I mean that as a family, because I play with them all week, of course, but the weekend is the only time we get as a family together. We had so much fun this weekend celebrating Kieran's 3rd birthday. Kameron and I both cried together after they went to bed. Just cried over how fast the last 3 years have gone. Cried about the fact that the party was over. We just want to do more stuff with our kids. I know we have a whole lifetime, but it really is, like everyone says, the days are long, but the years are so short. And I feel like a lot of that time with our kids kind of gets robbed from us by the 5-day work week. You know what I mean? I really just wish we had a nice 3-day weekend. I wish that was the norm here in America. I feel like a lot of people would benefit from that type of setup, because it just feels like it would be a better work-life balance. I know we have a 3-day weekend coming up the first week of September, so that's going to be great. Can't wait for that. We're going to have to plan something really special. Man, it's like even just from a few days ago, I feel like Kieran is just exploding with all of this curiosity and learning so fast. He's learning so much so fast. Like age 3 is going to be a whirlwind, I think. It's going to be the year of curiosity, and we're gonna have to go do a lot of like really fun, interesting things to expand his mind, because he's just become a little sponge. He is learning things that he hears like maybe once or twice, and he remembers it. And I'm like, what? I didn't even know that you knew what that was. You know what I mean? Wow. 3 is incredible. I am really so fascinated by child development. I almost am considering potentially doing schooling for childhood development. It's such a fascinating topic to me, and I love watching it unfold before my eyes. And, you know, a lot of things that people consider to be like problematic behaviors are actually serving a purpose for them to develop their brain. I would have to look into what type of schooling that would involve and if that would even be a career that I would want to do. But it's definitely one of my neurodivergent special interests right now. Seeing his brain come alive with connections like a little sponge has been so amazing. I'm so excited for the year to come with him. I need to find more interesting things to do. I need to find more museums that we can go to. He loved it. He was a little bit scared in the beginning when we first got to the museum because everything's like big and new. And he's become afraid of the dark. There was a whole exhibit that was like dinosaurs and bones and prehistoric animals, and that was all with this creepy mood lighting. Even I didn't really like it. And that kind of scared him. And that was the first exhibit that you walk through. But, you know, by the time we got to the regular animals, it was a more brightly lit room. And he was a little bit scared of how big they were, but he eventually calmed down when we were telling him, okay, they're not alive. Like they're not real. but they are real, but they're not. How do you explain that? I can't explain that right now. I don't have enough coffee in my system. He really enjoyed it. I need to find bigger museums, especially now that kids are going back to school. It'll be nice and crowd free. Our family doesn't do the greatest in crowds. I gotta tell you guys about Thora in the next vlog. She's gonna be the one that's like, can we go skydiving for my 10th birthday? That's gonna be her. I promise you. Anyway, things have been a little bit hectic this week. I am hoping to get back to a more frequent vlog. I do have to chat with you guys about a few things regarding my scan and everything, but I'm gonna do that in the next vlog. Thank you guys so much for following us all these years. I look back and I'm like, holy crap, I've been on YouTube for 4 years. So many of you have followed us from the very beginning. I love the community we've built. I love chatting with you guys. Feel free to message me on Instagram. You know, I love chatting with Michelle, Robin, Zoe, Jasmine. Love you guys so much. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and thank you for sticking by us for all these years. His 3rd birthday, I'm just thinking about like, wow, y'all have been here with us the whole time. Anyway, I'll stop right now. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.